Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this Thursday. It's a Thursday, which is kind of like a Friday, but it's May the 24th. That's right. And we're glad to have you with us. Do you see what I did there, Brittany?
I did, Todd. Happy April Fools.
There you go. Yeah, April the 1st. Can you believe we've made it to April right now?
It's just another day. We've talked about this many times before, but we are here in April. It's my birthday month.
Oh, so. Good deal. You're going to be, 22?
Oh, thank you for the 11th time. No, actually it'd be 10th time. Anyway, so before we get into today's show, because it's a very exciting show, I'm very, very excited to speak to our guests and to see what they're up to for our art car parade this year. But before we get into it, I do want to remind everyone to go ahead, take a second to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I know that sounds like a lot. It really isn't. Just go and follow us, guys. Be sure on YouTube to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to find out the latest uploads from us. And last but not least, to our audience, we want to grow our audience. So we need you to click that share button at the bottom of this broadcast. That way it pops up on your personal news feed. And Todd, let's get into it.
All right. Of course, we've got your HCC news and information for about the next half hour or so. Announcements coming up. Brittany will be back shortly, but we've got two guests right now. Of course, with this pandemic thing going on, we still really haven't gotten out of it all, but it really threw our students for a loop. Online learning, that was happening. We're just starting to get back into the buildings in some shape or form. But a lot of things were canceled, including the art car parade. That's a Houston institution. And believe it or not, our students have been working on a project now, it seems like for years, for the art car parade. And we've got one of our students, one of our instructors joining us right now. Ashley Hope is the instructor for studio art and art history at HCC Southwest. And she's the art car advisor, and also Mickayla Smith, an HCC student art car collaborator, and also subbing in for our Thursday virtual family fun day. Mickayla, we look forward to talking with you very shortly and getting a student perspective on all of this. But Ashley, welcome back to the show, number one. Number two, you've got the ambulance behind you that your students have been working on now. It seems like 10 years to get this off into the parade. It's been a long project for them.
Yeah, this is the third year. The first year we did bicycles because the ambulance wasn't ready. The second year we got the ambulance, and then COVID happened. And then this year we've just been making it work. The students are doing things at home up until literally a week ago when they got back to campus. And we are installing the stuff that they did at home, and we're going to see this through. Third year's the lucky year.
Third year is the lucky year. So we've got an ambulance behind you. Let's talk about the project, because this is for the Art Car Experience, May 14th through 16th at the Orange Show grounds. So folks, the Art Car Parade's back this year. Their partnership with the Orange Show, Houston institution. Tell us about what you guys have been doing with this ambulance, because I see you've got one of your students on top. But hello, how are you?
Hello, Elizabeth.
Good to see you. All right, you got one of your students painting it right now.
So we came up with a drawing 2 years ago, and it was really important to me that our ambulance look exactly like our drawing. I wanted my students to have the feeling that they came up with a vision and they never settled, they never minimized it, they saw it through. So when you see the drawing and our final ambulance, you'll be like, whoa, like we really did it. And so it took a while. We've been plasma cutting. That's like a lightning gun where we cut metal. We mounted the water. We mounted the fire. We cut through the ambulance. We painted it. We've built a welded tree from bicycle parts that we 3D printed a bird that's going to spin on top. There's going to be an electric brain on the inside with embedded in it of a girl's life. I mean, when the Orange Show so what happened is this, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's the difference of this year's art car parade versus usually. Usually it's a parade, anyone can show up and just watch the cars roll by, and the money is generated by the people applying to be part of the art car parade lineup.
Right.
Here they're inviting 85 cars, their best of all the cars in their history of the art car parade to kind of exhibit in a large festival space, and the money will be generated by people buying tickets to go see this kind of outdoor museum. And when I reminded them, I said, look, you haven't seen HCC's current car, and I know you're doing a selection, but I really think that you should remind yourself what we're doing. And they immediately called me and they're like, did you get a registration packet? So I think that they know that HCC has knocked it out of the ballpark this year. So we're very proud of this ambulance.
So this is a true collaboration with all of our workforce disciplines. You got some welders involved with it. I imagine you worked with automotive to keep the thing running, and you've got artists working on it as well. So this is a true collaboration across the college.
Electrical engineers, which is machinists, which were invaluable because a machinist can kind of hear our dreamy idea and be like, I think that I can mill the piece that will allow you to do that. So that was great. We had geologists on some of our teams.
Wow. Now, tell me, how did you get an ambulance, number one, and who selects the vehicles?
So we had heard that Health and Safety had a retired ambulance that was still running. It needed some TLC, but it was still running. And we got it. It has not moved for a year, so automotive is going to need to come back. But automotive did the initial getting it up and running, new wheels, fixed the steering, all of that. So it's been great. It was amazing to gut the inside of an ambulance to see the amount of engineering marvel that is a mobile hospital, but that's all gone. Now right. But the lights and the sound still works.
This you're calling a rebirth after destruction. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that, because you literally had to destruct the ambulance to get it to where you want it right now.
Right. So that's true. We did take this thing that was about saving people, tore it apart, and then gave it a new identity as a savior. The way art can save people, like art can communicate in that way and regenerate people's spirits. But I think it came out of the fact that we started this project shortly after Harvey and, communicating about what our ideas are going to be about. And in general, when we asked staff, faculty, and students about the role HCC played in their life, across the board, I heard about second chances, first opportunities that their parents never had, a second career. It was always about HCC stepping in and rebuilding a person for the next stage of their life. And I think that that mixed with the whole city recuperating after multiple floods, droughts. It just, in the end, I think everyone's mind space was there.
Yeah.
The fact that this is now that idea of Houston blooming after destruction. After COVID, the idea that we're all coming out now after COVID, we're getting vaccinated, has lent a whole new, I don't know what those little.
I think it's your Outlook. Would you be able to sign out of Outlook without signing off Zoom here?
I think so.
Okay. There we go. You're also calling this project Terra Firma. I guess it goes into what you're explaining right now.
Yeah, getting onto solid ground. The idea that someone's on shaky ground, unsteady ground, burning ground, and getting to solid ground.
How many students worked on this project? And I guess it was over 4 semesters, right?
I would say, including, but I would say 20 registered students from across multidisciplines, all learning this anew.
Right.
No one came in, oh yeah, this is in my wheelhouse. Everyone learned everything anew.
And Mickayla, I want to bring you into the conversation because you took part in this. Let's ask you this: what role did you play with this project?
What role? All the roles. I helped with some of the design elements and coming up with the general theme along with Ashley. And then we helped with the actual building of it with all of the metalwork and stuff, I actually got to learn a lot of different skills that I didn't have previously, like plasma cutting and welding and those things. And I actually got to get my hands dirty, which is something that you don't usually do as an artist. You're usually sitting behind a screen or
a digital artist. Mickayla is usually a digital artist.
Okay, so she's got something in common with Brittany here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, Mickayla, tell me, you provided us with some paintings of tiny miniature furnishings. Were those for this project?
Yes. The miniatures are actually going to be featured inside of the ambulance. There are these little cubby holes where the miniatures are going to go. And we worked very hard in picking out and designing each and every piece that went in there and making sure that it...
Those dioramas are the memories that are going to be embedded in the brain. So that dining room, her and her mom did it.
That's looking forward to seeing that. So Mickayla, what do you think you've taken away from this experience, and how is it going to help you as you move forward in life and beyond HCC?
I'm going to be taking away a lot of things. I'm going to be taking away the environment of working alongside many people of different backgrounds, and then working together to create something that's just something we came up with. It's not something that we previously saw and we're like, oh yeah, let's make that. It was like, no, we want to make something that's like a vision, and then portraying that to everyone else.
That's a nice statement, that it wasn't an assignment.
Yeah.
We came up with a vision and saw that through. It's a nice way to say it.
And from what I understand, Mickayla, your mom jumped on board with this. Her name is Fran. And how did she help with the project?
She helped a lot. She helped me with so many things because my mom is such a crafty and creative person. So working along with her on this was great because she was able to give me insights into
little basket of knitting materials by the couch that is the sweet spot of the sweet spot made by Fran.
Very cool. So, Mickayla, tell me, how much longer do you have with HCC, and what are your plans when you leave HCC?
I have one more semester, and then my general plan going forward is hopefully to transfer to a 4-year, probably art school, and finish up my art degree. I'm really hoping to major in art and go forth.
She'll do great.
Well, we're all pulling for you. Look forward to seeing you more in the future. Ashley, when you're finished with this project, when it's done in the art car parade, where is it going to go? Because this question popped up earlier.
There is a space in Spring Branch right across from the VPA headquarters of HCC, the COE. And it's kind of a large covered space right next to where students hang out. And I think that it's going to be kind of living underneath that, protected from sun and rain. So we'll still be able to see it, but it will be safe.
So it'll be on an HCC campus, folks, and you'll get a chance to see it when they're finished with the art parade.
Events, like the board is doing something.
Oh, yeah. So you could bring it out as a rolling mascot for HCC.
The spirit of HCC.
True collaboration of Steve. It seems like we've been talking about this for a couple of years. It's good to see it come to fruition.
Totally. Imagine it had not. If it had fallen, I'd be like, wow. But it came. It's here. It's done.
Awesome. Ashley Hope and Mickayla Smith, thanks for being here on the show. And we look forward to seeing you guys out there with the art cars this year.
Thank you. Please join us.
All right, we will. Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to our news and announcements for the day, folks. We've got a lot of them to go through. And first thing I want to mention, I know Brittany's excited about this because today is our Friday, because tomorrow is Good Friday, and we're not going to be here. The college is off, no classes tomorrow, so no up to the minute. And I imagine a 3-day weekend, that's okay with you, Brittany.
I am totally okay with the 3-day weekend. My husband, John, who works for HISD, he actually had Monday off. So I was a little envious about that. And he gets tomorrow off as well. So,
Yeah, well, he had Monday off. My wife works for HISD, and you could have taken Monday off. That's what I did.
I could have, but I have obligations
3-day week.
here.
You usually have a 3-day week anyway, so.
Oh, whatever. I do not. Especially when I get, call or text to post something on Saturday. So.
Hey. Okay now. Wow. Okay, Miss Social Media Maven. Let's go on with the announcements, shall we? We've got a filmmaking learning series that is continuing today.
We do. And that is crowdfunding with Jenny Waldo. So these free presentations by industry professionals continue with HCC film instructor and independent filmmaker, Jenny Waldo, who has successfully crowdfunded for various shorts and a recent feature film. That's incredible because that's a whole other beast in itself to try to achieve. So this is happening Wednesday, April 7th, from noon until 2 p.m. It is free, so registration is required though. So you can email michael.cohn@hccs.edu. We'll be sure to include his email at the end of the show.
All right, Rec Sports, you know them, you love them. They've been very active, especially since everything's been done virtually. And they've got a number of events coming up. One of them next week, Wellness Trivia, April 7th. There's the HCC Walkathon between April 9th to 15th. Fitbit is the grand prize. Registration's ongoing for that. The deadline to register there is noon Thursday, April 8th. Students, faculty, and staff can participate. And also Fortnite. Have you ever played that, Brittany?
That is one game I will never play.
Oh, okay. All right. No Brittany for that one. Okay. Well, so I guess you're not game for this. Does Frank play that?
I don't think a lot of people in the office play it. This is more of a younger generation of kids playing it, but they can play and possibly win up to $100 in prizes.
Yeah. So that's a big incentive there. Of course, it's students, faculty, and staff can participate, but only students can win, right? All right. Deadline to register noon Monday, April the 12th. For information, all these events, we'll have a link in the social media post for the show. And we've had guests on here, Brittany, talking about the Ideas Pitch competition. That's going on till the end of this month.
That's correct. So HCC students can share their creative ideas and innovations for sustainability and societal needs. Individuals or teams can pitch a product or service. Now, as Todd mentioned, this is going on through the end of the month. So you have until April 30th to submit your entry. For more information, head over to hccs.edu/pitch.
That's right. Pitch. Okay. Very serious subject on a serious note. Food insecurity. It's a big deal for our students and the community as well. We are trying to combat that problem with the assistance of Houston Food Bank's community health market trailers. They're going to be at multiple HCC campuses. You just sign up, you pick a campus, you show up, you get your groceries. We'll have a link in the social media post where you can sign up, send an email, and register to get some free groceries. All right, payment options, another very serious subject because a lot of times, Brittany, many of us need options in paying, especially when it comes to paying for college, and HCC has some options available.
Yeah, and I can tell you as a former student, if it wasn't for the foundation, I've said this time and time again, it would have been nearly impossible for me to have come and started my college career at HCC. But there is more than one way to pay for tuition, books, etc. Grants, I mentioned scholarships already, emergency assistance, work study, Eagle Promise, and more can assist you with paying your tuition. So for help choosing the plan that works best for you, you can email finaid.district@hccs.edu. We will be sure to include that email in the post after this show.
All right, big thing going on right now. We're talking registration. Registration for the summer sessions are underway. For the fall, that's going to get underway April the 12th. But keep in mind, last year we talked about 4 different modalities. This year we're talking about 5 different options for you to learn. And some of them are hybrid, some of them are online, some a mixture of both, the hybrid ones. And then Brittany, the return to face-to-face classes is happening starting this summer. We're starting to feel a bit more confident about getting out and getting our students back onto campuses safely.
Right, Todd. So with the vaccinations being available for everyone in the state of Texas. It doesn't matter your age or your profession.
Over 16 and over right now, at least.
Correct. Yeah. You are correct in saying that. So as long as you're over 16, we are going to open back up our in-person classes beginning this summer. So they will be safe face-to-face courses with traditional meeting patterns. Now, due to obviously trying to keep everyone safe, we are implementing smaller classes to adhere to social distancing regulations. So the key to any and all of registration, no matter what semester it is, you need to register early. That way you can lock in those classes, have that peace of mind knowing that, hey, I got the class that I want in the method that I want. And providing all goes well, we will keep that option available. But the other modalities that we are offering are still our online anytime, online on schedule. We are also going to be doing hybrid labs, which you can meet, face-to-face safely on campus or virtually, as well as our hybrid courses, which are lecture classes that are offered in the same sort of fashion. So once again, these new face-to-face classes begin this summer. Be sure to lock in your classes by heading to hccs.edu/now for registration for the fall, as Todd mentioned, that's starting April 12th.
Yes, that is correct. You are correct there, Brittany. hccs.edu/now is your one website to go to, and you can learn more about those options. We kind of went through them pretty quickly, but you can learn all about them and sign up right away. Make sure you sign up to get your class in mind. Let's see. Tomorrow's a holiday. Monday we'll be back. Brittany won't be back till Wednesday. Big plans this weekend for your 3-day weekend, Brittany?
Yeah, just trying to stay afloat with my classes. It's difficult.
Yeah, you're doing some serious work. Well, either way, it's going to be a long weekend. Looks like the weather's going to be nice. So maybe a good option of getting outside. And, for a lot of us, it's Easter weekend. So a lot of people will be celebrating that. Understandably, tomorrow, Good Friday. That's why we're off. So it could be a great weekend. So make sure you get out and enjoy it. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show right now, and we'll check in with everybody next week, Brittany.
That's right. So with Rec Sports, Todd, come Monday, we're going to be joined by Shanisha Weir as Recreational Sports Specialist for HCC's Rec Sports and Student Activities. She is the one who organizes many of these great events they plan for our students, though she would never take credit for any of them. I know Shanisha, she's that kind of person.
And we've got Sean from the Jung Center of Houston. He's returning. He always joins us, usually once a month. He's got some great tips, always has some great tips for mental health awareness. We got a lot of things to unpack, so we'll talk to him about that on Monday. Have a great weekend, folks. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your family. Stay safe out there. And most importantly, join us Monday morning, 10 a.m. live right here for Up to the Minute.